We also have people already starting to fill up second and third classes, and there's only 5 classes a year, max of 25 students. And if it gets to the point where we have, a high demand, we'll start additional classes on different days so we can, meet that need.
Is there any other industries you're thinking, like, does welding fall into this, or is that?
Turn the mic on, Fleming.
Sorry. Does welding or something like that fall under this,
No,
or is that kind of its own?
This is, residential home
Okay.
building, and the fees that we're asking for would come strictly from residential permitting.
Okay.
So the House bill was passed in June, and then signed into law by Governor Ivey shortly thereafter. So the way that it reads is, up to $20 per permit. Residential permit would go up to the state and then back down through the licensure board for oversight, back to this area for us for funding.
Councilwoman Ingram.
Thank you. Again, thank you for this opportunity to build careers so that students can have an opportunity, a pathway for a career. My question is, you talked about the 90% retention. Were you talking about the retention rate in terms of completing your program?
So 70% of those that go through the program actually take a career in the construction trade. Out of that 70%, it's over a 90% retention. So of those that actually go through and take a job, over 90% of those stay with it.
Okay. And a follow-up question, what is your success rate, for placement after graduating from the program?
I don't know of a student yet that hasn't been offered a job. We haven't locally, we don't have those numbers yet, but from what we've learned from our talks with Huntsville, that pretty much everyone is offered a position.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Councilman Penn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. One of the things that I appreciate about this program, one is the 5 things we just talking about: the HVAC, electrical, carpentry, plumbing, and roofing, which is all needed, and tuition free. So I just want to commend you all for coming and presenting this. Matter of fact, I think right about a month before you came down, we had a gentleman come down and talk about resources for our young people. And having the opportunity so they can learn a trade, a skill set to prepare for the future. And then y'all came a month later. And I think this just is a great opportunity to show partnership. I love all the different partnerships that I've seen that's taking place in Huntsville. And I believe we can do the same thing in Mobile. So whatever I can do to support. And I also like that it's not just for 17, but it's for older, seasoned people as well that participate in this program who's looking to shift maybe in their career. So I commend it. I don't have any questions. You answered everything. And I look forward to figuring out how we can make this work and push it forward to everybody in the city of Mobile. Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilman Reynolds.
Thank you for coming down to go over this again. I thought it was important that we shared all this information with Councilwoman Ingram and Fleming to make sure that everybody was up to speed with it. I think it's a great program, great opportunity for us that the experts in residential construction are wanting to train the next generation of experts in residential construction. That's fantastic. And they're taking it on themselves. With the expanded ability we have to assess money to give them a steady stream of income where we can realize a benefit from it in our city, that was created by the state. So we introduced an ordinance to take advantage of that, to go ahead and assess that additional fee that they're paying. But it sounds like we've kind of got to get some details sorted out. And I understand that. I'm on board with that. And I think they are too, making sure we get everything just the way it needs to be. Their first class is January 8th. And we don't want to extinguish the fire in their belly or, have these 25 students and then the next class, come up empty-handed. I think it's now we got to do something now. Like I've got to do something last week. I think there's agreement with the administration as a temporary measure to support this effort to put forward a performance contract that's going to fund this operation until we get the specifics worked out on the ordinance where they have a revolving long-term funding source. I'd like to see that performance contract introduced on our next council agenda, because the best case scenario, if it were to be introduced on our next agenda, we could vote on it in 2 weeks. Then you have to get the disbursement made, all the paperwork, all that stuff done. So we're probably looking at 3 weeks, best case scenario. So that would be my ask of the administration is please do what we can to get that contract on our agenda so we can get it approved and we can get this next generation or this next group off to the races working, because we sure need it here. And I've paid for some residential construction, and as I talk to contractors, their price is high because they can't find anybody. So I think we're all going to realize a great benefit if we can have a bolstered workforce where there's more people available, more competitive in our salaries. And so I think it's imperative that we get this going sooner rather than later. What do you think the chances are that, Director of Operations?
The chances are really good. I had met with Shayla's group internally about the permitting process. We understand that we've got to update those processes and fees, which will take them some time. They'll be going to the association, talking with them. Mayor Cherigatis and I also met with Robert Collins and some of his team to talk about the needs of the trades. I can tell you the mayor is 100% in support of this. And so I met with Donna Byers, who's the interim finance director, and she's been green lighted to move $100,000 from unassigned fund balance over to this particular performance contract. So you'll see both the transfer of the money and you'll see the performance contract. And we intend to have that so on the first read next week.
You'll have it ready for our first read next week.
That's right. We're going to try to put it on by Thursday.
Fantastic.
And so I've been on the phone. I know that she was on the phone with Robert Collins yesterday. So we've been moving pretty quickly to get this done.
Fantastic. I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be good. Thank you.
Councilman Penn? Oh,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Just have one other comment though, is that in order for them to properly vet, because we want to inform as many people as possible about, and I will tell you that talking to a home builder that was with Mr. Collins, the prospect of increasing fees to go back into the permitting process to where we have like these case handlers that help walk people through what sometimes could be a cumbersome process was very well received. And so there's a lot of support, I think, coming from the industry, as long as they see that money go back into the industry. Because if we delay a permitting process, it actually costs them money, because escalating costs. And so we intend to turn that money back into the process itself. I will ask you, though, it could take up to 6 months to get all of this done.
And the term of the performance contract will be
That's right. It'll be a year. And we understand that once we do initiate this, the fees or even these $20 fees, it's an accrual type thing. And so we may be actually just building in the front and like a projected budget. So in order to keep the academy going.
Penn?
Thank you, Chief. Great information. I'm excited to see it on the agenda. I did have a question. Where we said this is going to be located? You said Goodwill.
Yeah, so the location, I believe, is 2448 Gordon Smith Drive at the Goodwill location, corporate location there.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's in District 1. I was just
It's
making sure.
it's in your district, Mr. Penn.
Yeah. Hey, thank you.
Could you explain to us one more time how these students going to be vetted, how y'all vetting these the first 25 y'all have in right now? How was they chosen?
So it's first come, first serve. We're getting out the word as fast as we can by TV, mostly by radio, but we've done some news interviews. and by word of mouth. A lot of it's coming by word of mouth. But as soon as we can get it out there to as many people as possible, it's first come, first serve. Now, they have to be, like I said, 17 years of age or older. They can definitely be older and to come, but 17 and up, legal to work in the United States and have to pass a drug screen.
So the
And
first,
those are qualifications.
so the first 25 you all currently have right now was by word of mouth?
And by radio, they heard about it, whether it was radio or by word of mouth, and went online. So you've got to go onto online, register for an info session, which basically gives them expectations of what they're going to be going through if they decide to go to the class. And we have over 25 that have signed up already.
All right, thank you.
Can we get a PDF, please, so we put it in our newsletter?
We sure can.
Anyone else?
Could I say one thing?
Yes, sir.
Les? Thank you. Thank you. Our budget for this year is just south of $400,000. Your $100,000 would be greatly appreciated, and it will take us about a quarter of our year. So by then, we're hoping the funds will be catching up through the permits that we will be receiving money from. So we're hoping that will still work. It's going to cost a lot of money to do this and keep it going, but we believe the numbers are working and they will be fine and they will work.
And the county as well. I mean, that's an important partner to have in all this. So if we all sort of take a team approach on this thing, we could really see it snowball into something very productive for everyone. And not to mention, y'all have partnerships as well. I mean, you've got the Huntsville group. They've already granted some money. You got Lowe's, apparently, that's granted some money. And
That was the two in the same.
two in the same,
Yeah.
okay? I'm sure there's some local partners here that'll be happy to participate as well because they're going to reap the benefits of it.
Right. And we did meet with Chief Barber and Mayor Spiro, and we definitely are on board with the ideas that the mayor has and trying to help, in the permitting area, no matter which direction they want to go with it. We're definitely in support of him and the programs that he's wanting to implement. So in us working together, I think it may help, expedite what we're hoping to get done with the ordinance and the fees. We're definitely willing and able to help where we can. So thank you for that. And Bo, I did want to just make mention. So the program is based on residential, but any of these skilled trades go into building boats, building submarines, building commercial buildings and things like that. So this is just somewhere for them to start. We're going to try to capture that through the residential permitting, but this is going to feed. I personally have done residential, industrial, commercial, all of those trades all over the country. So it's a great platform to start in building a workforce. So
I do have one additional question. Do Mobile, the city of Mobile and Mobile County, do they give first priority versus Baldwin County or other counties coming over, Escambia County? That's a big concern, of mine.
are you, so I understand you're asking if other counties can come to the school?
Yeah, because my thing about it is that the city, we putting out this big amount of money. The county is Mobile County. But my fearful thing is that we have out of 25 students, 20 of them come from Baldwin County, and Baldwin County not putting in anything.
Right. I mean, I guess there's a chance that could happen. I think it's going to be less likely to happen because we're not recruiting over there. We're not going to their schools and trying to bring them over here.
But they
And-
listen to the radio though.
If they listen to the radio, right. I mean, that's why I said it could be, but we're not actively, pursuing anyone in Baldwin County. And if they wanted to start their own, it could be a satellite of Saha, but the funds, that's why it comes through oversight, is going to be strictly for the Mobile area. So if they wanted to start a school, it would be oversight, and the money from Baldwin County would fund Baldwin County.
Some reassurance would be great because again, we tired of supplementing Baldwin County and they're not putting anything over here, to us and everything. So
the way I understood it, there was some verbiage that was going to be possibly in a performance contract or MOU at one time. So we're just waiting to see what the draft comes back at to see. But I believe something was already brought up for that.
All right, thank you. All right. Anything else, anyone? All right, all right, appreciate everyone. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I did want to make one comment, just to underscore the commitment to the collaboration and partnership with the Home Builders Alliance. In our department, I mean, there's an indirect benefit that we would see from the enhancement of the skilled trades. We have a rough time filling our inspector position, so we do see the direct benefit there, and we look forward to working with them to getting the Construction Academy off the ground. With regard to process, just a little clarification on why we're asking for more time. It's really more administrative, highly focused on making sure that we're communicating with our customers that we see day in and day out, making sure that they understand that the fee is coming. We have to sort through projects so that they can understand what to expect for their own budgeting purposes. But the comment here is to just say that we're committed. We've got this teed up and we're ready to move forward. But there's some administrative time that we need to be able to execute. So that's it.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, anyone else? All right, not, this meeting is adjourned.
All right, thank y'all.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Hopefully that's the last presentation for a while.
Okay, no
Thank you, sir.
problem.
Yeah,
Happy to
thank
do
you.
it.
Thank you, Jim, for making it happen.
Thanks. Good